This is a 1967 Martin D-28. I bought this a few weeks ago. It is an iconic, amazing, wonderful American-made guitar. What if I told you there are guitars that are made presently that are as good or better than this, both for the price, for the features, and for the tone woods? All against this 1967 Brazilian rosewood back and sides Dreadnought from Martin. Before we dig in, make sure you are subscribed down below. I'm Jeremy, I'm the Guitar Hunter. I teach people how to buy and sell badass guitars that make you a better guitar player and light a fire in your soul that bubbles up into the world, into music and friendship. So, let's dig in. Here are 5 acoustic guitars that I think are as good or maybe even better than this 67 Martin D28. Number 1 is the Martin Authentic, the 1937 Martin D28 Authentic with the vintage tone system. It is $8,599. That is a lot of money, but it is absolutely as close as you can get to original, amazing, hand-rubbed finish, completely the way that they would have built a guitar in 1937, 1941. These offer the absolute best quality in materials and techniques for putting them together. They're hand-rubbed finishes exactly the way they would have done in 1937 or 1941. They are exactly the way they would have attached the body and glued the guitar together with the same formula of hide glue. Also, they're not Brazilian rosewood, but they're Madagascar rosewood back and sides. They are incredibly beautiful, and they all have red spruce tops, which makes them incredibly accurate. This is, if you want a time capsule, if you want a guitar that is absolutely as true as they can be to a pre-war spec, this guitar is it. Now, it does have considerations. Problems. Let's call them problems. There are things that make it problematic for being your daily driver for an acoustic guitar. First of all, they are completely accurate to the original Martins, which means they don't have an adjustable truss rod. They have a set truss rod. It shouldn't be a problem, but if you are someone who likes to customize and tweak your guitars and gear, this guitar will be tricky for you. It's also considerably expensive to be a daily driver. They're not going to depreciate. These tend to hold their value. Used, they're $5,000, $5,500. So let's see, what's the math? I'll have to do the math and put it right here. $85.99, and then let's call it generously $5,200 is the used sales price. Some of them are in the 4s, but let's call it $5,200 right now in August of 2020. So that is this percentage of depreciation. Because it's such an expensive guitar, it will hang with you, that you don't want to take this to every jam that you're going to sit around a campfire playing this guitar. But if you want the absolute most accurate guitar, this is it. So another consideration on the D28 Authentic is that it has a through saddle, which means that the saddle comes through onto either side of the bridge. It is more complicated to adjust the action on these guitars. So that, combined with the non-adjustable truss rod, this guitar is going to require you to either have some setup and luthier skills or have a good friend, have a trusted luthier in your world to adjust the action. Last thing, the VTS, that's in Martin lingo, that is the vintage tone system. So it means a bunch of things. The main component that it means is that they use a torrefied or baked top on the guitar. So you'll see more pronounced grain, the color will be a little darker, but what they're doing is they are rupturing the cell structure in the wood so that it dries out. So this is the best way that guitar builders have found to make new guitars sound and play and feel like really old guitars. It does make them sound astoundingly open and woody and dry and all of the things that you love about pre-war vintage Martins. Now, keep in mind, this is a new guitar that will sound like an old guitar, but it still has some old features. So that is the first guitar that you could readily find from a good Martin dealer, and if they don't have one, they could get you one, they could order you one. It's still more expensive. I paid $3,750. Given I got a good deal on this guitar is probably worth $6,000, $6,500. So the second guitar that you can find that is better than this Martin is a Collings D2H. If you can find a regular D2H or one with a torrefied top, you are cooking with freaking gas. It is a great guitar. They're made in Austin, Texas. They're an amazing guitar builder. Bill Collings has created this astounding legacy of just incredible guitars. So their D2H, it's more similar to a herringbone, to an HD-28, but I think that it is a pound for pound competitor. It is also a really great guitar that you can find in most big cities. You know, they have a good dealer network as well. So the Collings D2H, there's two versions. I'm sure there are more than two versions, but they offer more customization than the Martin does. It's also more of a modern style guitar. Some of them, most of them still have a through saddle, but they have an adjustable truss rod. That is an astoundingly important piece of kit on any guitar that if you are going to be daily driving, playing this guitar a lot, if you're needing it to sound good and play well wherever you go, having an adjustable truss rod, having the ability to adjust the action is a much better option. The other specs that they tend to go between is the 1 11/16 nut width versus the 1 3/4. 1 3/4 is incredibly comfortable. It doesn't feel particularly old Martin. They just didn't, I think, oh, the nerds are going to know this, and I don't know this, but I think I'm a nerd. Martin standard, usually, for a long time, oh boy. So Martin's standard nut width, and standard is a relative term, is 1 and 11/16. So when you say it has a Martin feel, typically that's what your left hand is telling you, is that width or that spacing. In the recent years, in the last 10 years, 15 years, Martin has been moving more towards an 1 3/4. So the Collings is a really well-built, really reliable, totally playable, feature-rich guitar, and it's really well priced for what it is, to be a premier level instrument with all of those options, especially with the torrefied tops, similar to Martin's VTS system. They offer the baked tops or the torrefied tops. These guitars come in at $6,475. Now, given they're going to go up and down with different specs, but that guitar is powerful and it's priced, I think, really well. Still a full-on professional, expensive guitar, but it is a guitar that you can buy now readily that is not vintage or inaccessible due to certain materials. Last thing on Collings. Collings is incredible as far as they make their own cases as well, and their cases are astounding. There's something so powerful in the tactile experience of just the quality of case that they make, the interiors, the quality of the latches, everything about them. It becomes this like amazing experience and kind of ritual to open the guitar case. It just, you have this Pavlov's response to being excited to play this guitar. Number 3 is Preston Thompson out of Oregon. They make astounding guitars. If you love Billy Strings, you have heard this guitar. They're really amazing, kind of pre-war style Martin-y guitars, but they are astoundingly beautiful and they sound wonderful. They play really well. I played one at Carter Vintage Guitars in Nashville a few months ago. I love them. They are priced really appropriately for what they are. East Indian rosewood back and sides. I think they're torrefied tops. They are $6,045, which for what they are is a very valid price. So these guitars they have incredible inlay, incredible materials. They use great red spruce tops. Usually, I'm sure there are many that use Sitka. They do a great 18 style as well. Not the subject of this video, but great mahogany back and sides. They also have lots of East Indian rosewood options. They do larger sound holes. So they're very customizable, but they're still pretty traditional. One of the things that stands out so clearly on them is how amazing they are at inlays. They nail kind of the older style when it wouldn't be a Martin logo, but it would be either the floral pattern or it would be the torch. I guess the torch is a Gibson thing, but they just do incredible headstock work. So Preston Thompson, Thompson Guitars has a smaller distribution than the other brands, but you could find them if you were so inclined. Elderly Music sells them. They have many others. I just saw there's one, Southern Strings. I'd never heard of them. They're in Thibodaux, Louisiana. That's kind of my old stomping grounds, South Louisiana. But Preston Thompson, amazing guitars. You definitely should check them out if you are thinking about a high-end, nice acoustic guitar. Number 4, and we're moving down in price. We're coming into one of the most affordable, readily available. This is the new Martin D28. From 2017 on, they launched the reimagined version of the D28. They are astounding. I've had one. If you go through my old videos, I bought one for $1,900, $1,800. A few years ago. It was an incredible guitar. I actually sold it to a subscriber in Indonesia. So we shipped it, and I should not have sold that guitar, which is usually, I don't have that feeling always, but with this guitar. So the newer D28s are incredible. 1.75" nut, adjustable truss rod, but they have the older style Martin logo. They have open gear tuners. They have, I said 1.75", they have ebony bridge, fingerboard. They just sound incredible. They are such incredible guitars, and they're readily available. You can find them all over the place. They're not exceedingly expensive. You can find them used. If you're lucky, you can find them under $2,000, but they are astounding. They are the perfect blend of modern guitar with tons of great features, but looks iconic and has lots of old mojo and old feels. They don't offer the torrefied top on those. They're going to be East Indian rosewood back and sides, but to my ear, to my hands, to my experience, they are everything that I would want in a D28. They are lush, and they're beautiful, and they sound great, and they're really comfortable to play. You can sing over them readily, but if you want to jump out and push, you can be a lead player with them. Check those out. The 2017 to current. Now, before that, there are still really good D28s, but they're, you know, a little bit of kind of dorky dad at a cookout, you know, with clunky tuners, boring finishes, rosewood fingerboard and bridge. They're just not as iconic looking or feeling. Martin nailed it so hard with the reimagined version of the 28. I think they're incredible guitars, and to me, I would take one of those over this because they're readily available. They're not that expensive. I can play that guitar more guilt-free. I would take that guitar out, not everywhere, but I would take it out many more places than I would ever take out my D28 with Brazilian rosewood. Number 5 is the Laravel D40R. So the Laravel D40R is a powerhouse. Now, it does have a satin finish, but it's solid Sitka spruce top, East Indian rosewood back and side, ebony bridge, ebony fingerboard, just an iconic, wonderful looking guitar with some cool inspiration. It's been kind of filtered through just the DNA of Laravel. So brand new, they're $1,686. You can find them on Reverb and eBay for $1,100, $1,200, which I think packs a huge punch. If you are not familiar with Laravel, you really are missing out, and you need to find a way to play as many Laravels as you can because they are an astounding guitar, and I think they really belong to be in a much more prominent position in the market because they just make incredible guitars. And here's an extra. I want to be careful to not come off as a fanboy, but I absolutely love and am so proud to be from Virginia because of HSS Dalton guitars and their TDR. I have a TDM, I featured it a lot. I want to keep that guitar forever. Their TDR is more in line with a D28, and so they offer thermo-cured tops, they offer Adirondack, you can get Brazilian back and sides from them. The East Indian rosewood back and sides are around $6,000, but they are astounding, incredible guitars. So they're, you know, Eddie's guitars carry them, Artisan Guitars in Nashville carry them. They have a smaller dealer network, but their dealers are incredibly knowledgeable. Righteous Guitars in Atlanta is another one. So check out HSS Dalton, the TDR. It's a through saddle. It's a very proper D28 style guitar, but it packs a huge punch, has tons of great features, incredible craftsmanship, incredible materials, but it is another guitar that you should know about. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to find cool guitars that light your soul on fire, this channel is a good fit for you. So make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, if you want to get involved, the best way to do that is to go to my Reverb store or my website, so jeremytheguitarhunter.com, or the Reverb store, reverb/shops/jeremytheguitarhunter. You can buy a t-shirt. They're super cool. They're super comfy. I have more merch coming. And if you really want to support the channel in a wonderful way that you can get more involved with me, have more access to me, ask questions, and have comments about stuff, you also get to see videos earlier, you get Q&As, is to become a patron. It's a really helpful way to support this channel. Make sure that these videos keep happening. So, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. I hope you fill the world with music and friendship as you become a guitar hunter.